Today we're making an artwork inspired by the artist Gustav Klimt and his Tree of Life artwork. If your name is not already on your paper, you'll need to write that on the back. On the front, we'll be drawing a tree with some kind of drawing tool. In this case, I have a chalk pastel. One of the things that's different about our drawing today is we're going to draw our tree sideways. We're going to make two lines all the way across that represent the trunk of our tree. If it's easier for you to imagine, you could also connect them at the top and the bottom, just to make it a rectangle, but I'm connecting at the very edge. So this is going to be the trunk of our tree. Then we want our tree to have some swirly branches. I'm going to use my chalk and I'm going to place it on one of the lines, either the top or the bottom. I'm going to start on the top. And I'm going to make a branch that could swirl in or swirl out. So I'm going to make one swirl, two, three. Notice the swirl parts are pretty far apart, and I've only done three on the top, and they're pretty big. I want to fill the space. If I did a super tiny swirly like this, is that going to be very big? No, that's not what we want. We want our swirls to be the right size, doing our best. The chalk may or may not erase, so we'll just try our best the first time. Then I'm going to do three swirls on the bottom. One, two, three. If I have three swirls on the top and three swirls on the bottom, how many swirls do I have altogether? I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swirls. And then I can put my chalk away and I'm ready for the next step. Our next step today is painting, so that's why I have a placemat now that fits all the way around my picture. What I'm going to do is I have to first wake up the paint today. Our paint comes in a little puck like this. It wants to stay in the cup, and I'm going to use a wet brush and gently swirl on top. That's how I activate or wake up the paint. You'll see my paintbrush now has some brown paint on it, so I'm ready to paint. When I'm painting, I want to paint first next to the lines that I drew. I could paint the lines for the tree trunk. And remember, today we're working sideways. Our tree would really go nice and tall like this, and we'll get to decorate it like that another week. If I run out of paint, I can dip my paintbrush in the water first, and then I can gently swirl it on the paint to pick up some more paint and keep painting. And I'm swirling gently and never smashing my paint. Let's see, is my tree trunk done? No, I have to fill in the middle. If I don't fill in the middle, it won't really be a tree trunk yet. I'm trying to paint in smooth strokes, but if it gets scratchy like that, it usually means my brush is thirsty and it needs a little bit more water. So I can get more water and then more paint to keep filling it in. Sometimes, if the paint was very watery, you might want to paint one more time on top with more paint just to make it a little darker. Then I'm ready to paint the brushes. I'm going to make sure my brush has got paint and water on it, and I'm going to paint on top of each swirly branch, and I'm going to go slowly. Slow and gentle. Because my branch was big enough, it's not touching itself or crashing into itself. It's going to look like a beautiful swirly branch like Gustav Klimt's Tree of Life artwork. What's the problem with this tree branch? It doesn't connect. I have to make it connect because do tree branches float? No, tree branches connect to the trees. Then I would keep painting all of my other branches. When I'm all done, I can leave my brush in the water cup, leave it and the paint alone, and listen for other cleanup directions. I hope you have fun making our artwork today.